Yo, welcome to the Nerdy Soul, where we do shoes and board game reviews. My name is Chris, the Geek in Sneaks, and I am so tired. PAX Unplugged wiped me out. You can probably hear my voice is a little scratchy because I was talking non-stop for, it felt like 4 days straight, but it was really just three and a half. And I had an amazing time at PAX. This was my first PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is like a proper city, just fantastic amenities, great restaurants, great food, great people. And it was fun being all in the middle of downtown, in the heart of it, being surrounded by a lot of people at the Christmas festival. It was very cold, and at moments I thought I was gonna be blown away on the first day from the hurricane, is what we were calling it. But I want to give you a little bit of a recap about all the games I got a chance to play, the games I picked up, some games I got a chance to demo, the people I saw, and just share a little bit about my PAX Unplugged experience. So let's dive in. So before getting into everything, I just want to give a big thank you to everyone that came by my demo table or played Holiday Hills. I was there showing off my second game, Holiday Hills. It is a decorating game all about, it was a Christmas game all about decorating Christmas trees. And it is my delightfully strategic decorating game. I had such a great time demoing this game for everybody. I had a lot of really amazing things to say about the game. People really were enjoying themselves playing it. It was cool to see the puzzle, explaining it every turn. Yeah, and I was just super grateful if you got a chance to play it or swung by to say hello. Thank you so much. I can't wait to bring that game to Kickstarter in February 2025. So be on the lookout for that. And again, thank you. The first game that I really got a chance to check out was Skyrise, and that was from Roxley. Now, my camera footage from this demo got corrupted somehow, so I'm just gonna throw some pictures up here, but Skyrise is a game that I'm gonna be featuring on the channel soon, and it is one that was just brilliant to get a demo of. The designer was there, got to meet him, and just kind of walk through how this sort of area control, but with some light bidding is involved. And so every turn you're going to be placing, you're kind of starting your bid out with these buildings and these territories. So on the bottom of these really awesome figurines, you've got numerical values. Those numbers, you start with, let's say you start with 15 and then you go all the way up to whatever it might be, 80. But you're able to then bid in adjacent territories next to the one that was initially bid on. So over the course of that bid, until someone decides to, opt out, all the players opt out, or etc., it just keeps on going and going. And so eventually when that bid is over, the highest bidded territory goes to the winner. And then all of those buildings return to the other players. So you're trying to get as much territory while also, getting reveals on this reveal track and score your own player board and getting more resources and trying to just area control. But it's one of those where it's very light in terms of understanding what you're doing, but so fun and thematic in the gameplay, and the production level is exquisite. So I can't wait to get that in my hand and do some more work with Roxley in the future. I got to meet with them and talk a bit more about that, and so excited to bring some more Roxley content to the channel. The first game that I actually went to pick up was Tea Garden. Now, this is one that I am so excited about. It was my #1 game for my preview. I said that I was gonna be picking it up. I pre-ordered it and I went straight to Albi and I got it. That was a very fun experience to pick that up. Tea Garden to me is similar to what Viticulture was for my first kind of gaming experience. And for me, I love worker placement. I love unique themes. And so this is basically Viticulture, but with tea. And so I cannot wait to play this. I wish that it had a solo mode, but it does not, and that is okay. A lot of times I will play double-handed just to sort of play one style and play another character in the game. I love being immersed in that world. So a game that requires 2 players is not a problem with me. It allows me to sort of play the game twice in a sense, because I get to play 2 different people. So yeah, I will be tabling this very, very soon. Let me know if you want to see a live play of this, or better yet, just a recorded. I'm still kind of getting my live stuff down. But anyway, I was able to pick up Tea Garden. Super excited about that game. The next game that I really sat down and spent some dedicated time with is Ito. Now, this game was on my list as well. This is from Arcane Wonders, and Ito is a really unique game. Basically, it's a party game, but what you do is everybody selects like a color. And so, for instance, let me see if I can pull these out. You're going to be able to select like, oh, I want to be the green color, or maybe I want to be the blue color. And then everyone's going to be dealt numbers, and there's going to be a category that everyone is also going to have in front of them. So for instance, this one is things that smell nice, right? So that's things that smell nice. And everyone's going to have that in front of them. So everyone's going to have cards like 82 or so on and so forth. And you're going to think of how your number falls in line with the other players by giving suggestions. So I have 82. I need things that smell nice. I might say flowers. And for me, flowers is very up on the list. Someone else might say cookies. So then we have to decide before we reveal which of those things that we named falls in line just by looking and talking about the topics and the things. And so it's really fun because it gives me So Clover vibes, where you don't have to have this like crazy, huge gameplay kind of thing going on, but it's just really fun to debate. Well, oh, I think that flowers, it smells nicer than that, or it smells nicer than cookies. So I can't wait to play this and kind of do the other ones. They have actions, and it's a family-friendly game. So that's a pretty big thing. It's a Dice Tower essential game, so it's always family friendly. So if you're looking for a new party game, I think Ito definitely is going to be one that you want to put on your list. I had a great time demoing this game, and I will definitely be playing it pretty much all the time whenever I go to game night. Another game I got a chance to demo was Rebel Princess. Now, I really was excited to check this game out, and the artwork on this thing is stunning. It is really great, and it was a pretty cool gameplay as well. You know, you're trying to avoid getting proposed to. It's a trick-taking game. It plays from 3 to 6 players. Every player has got sort of an asymmetric ability with their own princess, and so you learn those in the beginning. And then as people play the tricks, they play their cards, you're trying to, not get proposed to. At one point, Princess stormed the castle, depending on how people play their cards, and that's where things start getting interesting. I didn't end up picking that one up. Obviously, trick-taking games, you need more people than usually like 2, but I thought that the gameplay was really unique, but I wasn't hooked right then. The theme is incredible, the art is incredible, but it just wasn't going to get played that much. When I do have game nights of 3 or more, we're typically going to play a little bit of a bigger game. We're not going to play a ton of trick takers. And so I couldn't really justify it on my end getting the game, even though I really wanted it because it's just a great theme. But if you have if your game party would fit that mold, fit the mold of Rebel Princess, I think it would be a great fit. So it's really fun. It's really thematic. If you like a little bit lighter games that play 30 minutes or less, and that's kind of what you play in your game nights more regularly, I think you should definitely check it out. Another game that I got a chance to pick up was high on my list is Desperate Oasis. Now, Desperate Oasis is from my good friends over at West Coast. And not only did I get a chance to see them again and kind of catch up and just talk shop, but we actually got to go to a cool West Coast and Keymaster dinner. We got some pizza at a local spot in Philly. We played Desperate Oasis. We got to talk about things Keymasters got coming up. We played some prototypes from West Coast. One is called Jolly Roger, which is Old Roger, sorry, not Jolly Roger. It's called Old Roger. And Old Roger is a dice chunker where it's a push your luck and you're trying to get points. This one was really fun. I honestly won it right now. It was such a fun game. West Coast is doing some really cool stuff with their designs. One, their branding and design is incredible. I'm a fanboy. But we also played Fruit Man, which is not a trick-taking game. It's more of it's a card game where you've got that classic old school feel. You're playing cards from your hand into the fruit market to then get set collecting of different types of fruit to score points. So in Fruit Man, you're currently trying to play the cards to pay for the fruit, and then you eventually will score the highest value fruit in that set times the number of cards in that set. And you do that for as many sets as you can. Well, for 3 sets really. So it's really cool in that way. Desperate Oasis is one that I'm really excited to play. It's just a 2-player game, but they specialize in that. And I love that it's a tiny box and it's got these cool meeples and everything. So Desperate Oasis, can't wait to break that out. And thank you to Dan and Dan from West Coast and all the folks at Keymaster for letting us crash the party. Another game that I picked up was originally because I was going there to check out another game called Diatomes, and that is from 25th Century Games. Now, Chad at 25th Century is an amazing dude. I mean, so nice, so welcoming. Great chance to catch up with him and talk more about all the games and what they're doing. They've got a slew of really, really cool games, party games, higher level games. I'm a big fan of Agueda, which is one of their premium titles. We checked out Diatomes. It was kind of in between because it was a cool abstract puzzle, but I felt like I had a limited amount that I could bring, and we were kind of debating, okay, which one do we want to play quickly, or which one would we want to play first? And we ended up going with Donut Shop, and Donut Shop is the deluxe edition, which we were able to pick up for $35 there at the convention, which was great. And I believe they're running a sale right now for anyone that didn't make it to PAX. You can use PAX and get a discount in time for the holidays. But Donut Shop is a cool order fulfillment game. It's got some really cool components on the back. You can kind of see that it has a lot of cool things. I don't know what's getting in focus, but basically you've got a tray and you're sort of fulfilling these donuts, and you've got different types that you're trying to complete the orders for. I believe this also comes with like some chef hats as well. So this is definitely going to be hitting the table pretty soon. And so between this and Diatomes, this one was the one we went with, but I have no doubt that I will be picking up Diatomes because it looked absolutely stunning. And I love 25th Century. I love what they're doing. And yeah, I've already kind of talked about Agueda in a previous video on my TikTok channel, but I'll be doing a further review of that soon. But I would recommend you definitely checking out Agueda as well. Another game I demoed was Charcuterie. Now, Charcuterie had some kind of abstract rules to it. It looked really great. The artwork is phenomenal, but ended up passing on purchasing it, not because of anything other than I just had a limited amount of space and I couldn't justify getting that one particular game. But they also had another game called Bacon that looked pretty interesting as well. Just a card game where you're just scoring points for either bacon or things wrapped in bacon. And honestly, that sounded pretty great. Did not pick up Bacon because I forgot to go buy, but I actually kind of want Bacon. I want Bacon right now to eat, and I want Bacon the card game. One game that did not make the initial list, but while we were walking around ended up being one that we picked up, is called Incognito. Now, Incognito is a game from Cosmos, and they are pretty well known for their games were in the exit. They're the exit kind of games, and they've got like sort of escape rooms in a box. This one is you are an undercover cop and you're trying to survive being in jail, I guess, and trying to, figure out the investigation. And so this one's really cool because you're actually going to have some real-time things in this. In the game, as you go and you progress, you're going to have to do like Google Map searches, and you're going to have to call numbers and hear voicemails. You might even email something and get a real email response back. So this is one that'll be sort of a night where we play games, a game night, have some food, and like play it for 2 to 4 hours and finish the story. And then you also, I believe it's replayable in a sense of there are choices in the game where you allow yourself to go one way or the other, and then you can kind of revert back to that and then go the other way. So in that sense, it's very replayable. I don't know if I'll play it more than twice, but it's one that you can play and then gift to someone else and they could have a great time. So Incognito from Cosmos, really excited about this one. Another game I got a chance to demo is Alte. Now, they were anticipating having inventory there. I probably would have bought it if they did, but the train did not arrive in time for them to have inventory. So I just got a chance to demo it. I didn't really get a full demo. I only got about 10 minutes worth of gameplay, which was kind of disappointing just because my schedule was so slammed. But the gameplay seemed really fun. It had some had some area control, some battling, some card play, a little bit of deck building and engine building involved. So it's definitely one that I think I need to watch some more videos on, read the rule book for myself to really determine if it's one that will get played often. But the art is so good and the components are so good, I might end up getting it eventually at another convention when I get hooked by all of that again. But Alte looked really, really great on the table, and the table presence was pretty phenomenal. Another one that I thought I was going to be picking up at the convention, but I ended up not, was Fromage. Now, the reason is because I wanted the deluxe edition of Fromage, but they did not have it there. They only had the standard edition. And since then, I've been doing a little bit of research, and the deluxe edition comes with a playmat where it allows the sort of circular board to spin. And I think that if I'm going to invest in that game, I want the deluxe edition. So that's the only reason I didn't get it. And just due to space, I decided to get some other games instead, which was really interesting. And I'll kind of get to that in a second. But it looked great. And I also got to check out Galactic Cruise in person again. The folks over at Kenson Key Games are phenomenal people. They're brilliant designers, and that game is doing numbers and will probably continue to do numbers. So if you haven't heard of Galactic Cruise, which you probably have, check that game out. It's got late pledges open as well. From there, I went and checked out Endeavor Deep Sea, which I didn't get a chance to do a full demo. I just got a chance to sit and watch for a few minutes. It looked really great, but it was one that, again, I couldn't justify purchasing because I didn't get a chance to really sit and think about it and talk through the demo with everyone there. But I know some people that did pick it up, and they've said since that it is a pretty great game. So I think that's going to be one that I pick up later down the road, possibly. But for now, it's just one that's on the future list. You know, you can't get everything right away, but Endeavor Deep Sea looked incredible on the table, and I love how you progressed from the top throughout the bottom of the ocean. So definitely excited about that. The reason I didn't get either one of those games is because I did end up picking up Daitoshi. Now, the reason I ended up getting Daitoshi over those is because I really wanted to buy a solo game that was heavy. I'm about to really dive into Civolution from Pegasus Spiel, and they sent me that game over, and so this weekend I'll get a chance to play Civolution, and I really want some chunky, heavy solo games. And so I had to make a choice between, do I get the standard edition of Fromage? Do I get Endeavor Deep Sea? Or do I get Daitoshi? I went with Daitoshi because I think Devere does some great stuff, but I actually don't own any Devere games, or just got a chance to play them. And this box art is great. The theme was hooking me in. It's got some great components to it. I think that I'm a little worried that it does not have an insert, but I'm hopeful that with my 3D printer, I'll be able to print some stability things for this game. But I am super excited to have picked this game up. And yeah, Daitoshi, I got a chance to actually sit and do a full demo of that. And in that game, you're deciding how you want to move your worker around the center of the board while you're building up you're using steam as a resource, you're building up your engine, but also the forest spirits don't really like you building steam engines and everything in their world. So they're giving you obligations to deal with them. So you're managing that a little bit. And I just really liked that whole balance, especially after playing Wondrous Creatures. I was like, well, I kind of want to have something with a little bit of mythical animals. So Daitoshi was a good fit for me in that regard. I did get a chance to check out Bebop. Now, I thought that Bebop was going to be available to purchase, but it was actually only available to pre-order and get free shipping. So I actually am reminded by doing this video that I need to do that. So I'm definitely going to be getting myself a copy of Bebop. And it looked great. The dice placement was really cool. That booth in that area was slammed. So I did not get a full demo. I just got a chance to look over someone's shoulder for a minute. But it was just packed to the brim. They're also showing off Spectral and some other things. But Bebop looked great. Sounds great. I'm going to be ordering that to get in, hopefully, for Christmas break where I get a chance to play it. Another game that I am really excited about is Propolis. That's coming into Kickstarter soon from Flat Out Games, I believe. And Propolis just looks great. I did get a chance to get a little overview from them at their booth. And that is a worker placement sort of engine builder. So you're spinning out your worker beeples, and over time you're sort of doing some engine building and set collection. It looked really great. They do phenomenal games in small packages, and the artwork was great. It's got that similar feel to Point Salad and Point City and coming Point Galaxy that was on display there as well. So I will definitely be taking part in that Kickstarter. I was able to swing by Galen Games, and they were so gracious enough to give me a copy of Super Snipers. Now, this game is one that was a Cardboard Edison finalist, and Galen is a phenomenal person, such a great dude online. We've only met online and chatted online, so being able to meet him in person was great and just talk about game design in this industry. And so in this year, I'm going to just read a little bit from the box, but you've got a lot of really great components. You've got dual layer player boards, you've got timers, you've got some polyomino pieces. And so I got a little bit of overview while I was there at the booth, and it's got a really cool replayability because you got a lot of maps and you've got all these different characters, and the artwork on this looks really great. Try to give you a little bit like closer look at that. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this polyomino puzzle game while also checking out how the asymmetry of all the different characters works. So yeah, I'll be doing a full gameplay recap of this and talking about this on both YouTube and TikTok. So thank you, Galen Games, for giving me a copy of Super Snipers. I also was able to pick up a copy of My Shelfie, the dice game. Now this is from Cranial Creations, but was also over at the Lucky Duck booth. And so this is one that's just straight up adorable. It's got some great custom dice all in it. It's 2 to 4. I'm just gonna be playing two-handed with this because I just can't wait to play it. I'm probably gonna play it ASAP. But yeah, I think that this is, you're just filling your bookshelves and trying to organize them all. And I love little tiny games like this. So yes, My Shelfie, the dice game, big excitement there for me with that game. Another game that I was able to pick up there in the convention was Defenders of the Wild. Now I got to hang out with my boy, Henry Audubon, and meet some of the other creators of this game. And this is a game that I have been desperately wanting to pick up and try. And so it's very cool because I actually got them to sign this copy of the game. And so I did the same with my edition of Parks up here when I saw Henry at Gen Con a few years ago, when I first met him, and he signed that. And so I got them to sign this game as well. So that's a pretty cool thing. And this game has also a RPG that's going to go with it, I believe. But if you look at that, I mean, look at that artwork, that engine, not engine, but sort of territory battle. It just looks incredibly good. I can't say more than that. It's a cooperative adventure game where your animals trying to fight the machines, trying to take over your forest. So yeah, I don't know. I cannot wait to play this game. I cannot wait to play this game. So yes, that is Defenders of the Wild. And honestly, I'm probably gonna end up putting this like on display because Henry's one of my favorite designers and people in this industry. He's just such a good dude. So Defenders of the Wild, really excited about that. I also was able to pick up a game that I've been playing every convention I go to, but keep forgetting to get it, and then it sells out, and that is Caution Signs. Now, this is a very fun party game, similar to Telestrations, but a little bit faster. So in this, everyone gets to a top word and a bottom word to kind of make a sign, and you get 20 seconds to just draw that. You mix them up, you give them to the person. They have to match the top and the bottom for everyone's drawing. It's super great. It is brought to us by Wacky Wizard, and it is designed by Danielle Reynolds and Scott Brady, two amazing people in this industry. Danielle, she's just great, and Scott is one of the most humble people out there for being such a good designer, super humble and forthcoming with his time. So big shout outs to them. I did get a chance to run into Scott. I did not bump into Danielle, but yes, anyway, cannot wait to play this game at game night. I've enjoyed it every time I've played it. Another game that I was able to pick up at the convention was Maple Valley. Now this is the sequel to Creature Comforts by KTBG, and this game looks insanely cute. I love Creature Comforts. It's one of my favorite cozy games. It's gonna be in my top 100, my top 50, no doubt about it. And so I would not be shocked if this doesn't make the cut as well, because I mean, come on, look at that. So this is the sequel, like I said, to Creature Comforts, and I believe this is one where you it's a little bit lighter. Creature Comforts is pretty chunky. There's got some dice placement mechanics, and it takes a while to play, but this one is lighter in the sense that you're kind of navigating a mountain and using your friends to help you do things. But yeah, I can't wait to talk about this more and show off some of the components and the artwork in it. And KTBG, they do stuff at another level. Them and, you know, Keymaster, Pandasaurus, Ivy Studios, they're all just next level game designers and graphic and artists. So thank you so much for KTBG for this copy of Maple Valley, and we'll be bringing more content about that in a full review into the channel soon. While meeting with my manufacturer, they were giving out some of the games that they've done, and I was able to pick up this game called Maps of Mysteria. I don't know anything about it other than it says explore the island, map it on your board, claim the best regions, and verify your presumptions. So I don't know anything about this. It does have a solo mode, and it just looks super pretty. Love that box art there. And it's got some cool polyomino on the back side. So this will definitely be hitting the table soon. It's from Sit Down. And yeah, don't know anything about it, but I was able to grab this game, and it was worth me picking up just for that reason alone. Another game that I got a chance to demo is called It's Obvious. Now this is from a designer friend of mine, Jay. I met him at Origins demoing one of his other games he was trying to pitch around, but this one's actually gonna be available for sale at Books A Million, and this is a cool party game. So in this game, you're gonna have one card on the table, and it's got two different sides. It might say like spicy or sweet, and or savory and spicy, and you're trying to basically vote on which one you prefer. You might prefer sweet, so you'll put one of your vote cards on the sweet side, and then, or just in general in the pile. All those get shuffled up, and then reveal, you know, but which one got voted the most. And what you're trying to do then is trying to convince everyone that you voted for the one in the higher majority. And so you're gonna get points for doing that. And you don't wanna be voted in the lower majority over the course of the game. So it's cool because if you know your friends really well while you're playing it, you can be like, I know you don't like spicy food, so clearly you were in the less majority. And you'll be like, no, I love it, you know? So you can try to do that. It's got like some mafia vibes in that way. So I definitely want to try to pick that one up, support him. And also, it sounded really fun. So excited about It's Obvious. Two games that I got a chance to get a little bit of a demo of was Marsh, Hallow. And this is coming from Kervin with 4Y Games. Kervin got a chance to come over to the booth, and we got a chance to catch up. But with this one, it's a flip and right, where you're just trying to save all of your friends that are in this sort of dungeon-esque area. And so you've got these cool transparent cards where you're able to put them over the board. You're trying to circle your friends to save, and you're able to do some cool things where you're banging on a table, you do these chants and everything. It's really interactive. It looks incredible. I will link to Kervin's TikTok where he talks exactly how to play about that game. But so far the artwork is crazy. It is just so cute and adorable, but also like really just fun. So can't wait to support that coming soon. Another game that I checked out but didn't get a chance to demo is called Space Off. Now, Space Off is a game that's coming to Kickstarter soon, and I'm actually pretty excited about it. It's a dexterity sort of competition game where you have two teams competing to win, basically. And so every turn, you're going to have sort of a new challenge. There's 5 different types of challenges where you're going to be able to compete against each other. And so you're going to tug. You've got these 5 different parts, right? And there are different categories of different type of games. You're trying to get control of 3 parts. And there are certain levels to all of them. So you're going to be able to tug a control of a part towards your direction if you successfully complete a challenge. And so there's different conditions on all these different challenges. And so definitely will be covering more of this game in the future. But for now, if you want to kind of see the artwork and everything, I'll put a link into the description. I'm really excited about this game. It looks phenomenal. I got a chance to talk to the creators of the game, the artists of the game. They're just so friendly, so nice. They came over and chatted with me at Unpub while I was doing my thing. And the game just looks great. The components look great. The art and all the different characters and the aliens in the game are really fun and cute. And so this is definitely one that I will be there day one to back after reading a little bit more about the game and obviously just with the artwork. We feel like we're kindred spirits in a lot of different ways. And so definitely check out Space Off and follow them on Instagram and follow the Kickstarter when it is time to launch. Outside of the game world, I checked out the After PAX Relax event at Queen and Rook in South Street. Now, this is a super amazing board game bar where they've got a downstairs with all arcades. The game selection looks incredible. The drinks it's a full bar. I mean, it doesn't even feel like a board game bar. It feels like a restaurant, but it's such a great vibe. The food looked absolutely insane. I was there pretty late and I had a really early flight, so I didn't get to stay there very long. But next time I'm at PAX Unplugged, I will be spending some dedicated time here because the owner was incredible. I got a chance to drop off one of my games, Kraken Skulls, there as well. And so that was a big honor for me to meet the owner and support, more minority-owned businesses as well. So that was just an incredible experience. Different food places that we went were really fun. The Reading terminal was really cool. Got a fantastic Philly cheesesteak there. Some friends, I got the chance to see a lot of different friends. The folks at TerreDice, Jonathan came by the booth and saw Holiday Hills. We got a chance to catch up a bit. Tabletop Express, Chris and Anthony, thank them for coming and meeting them and playing Holiday Hills and talking a bit more about their channel and what they've got going on. They do some really cool stuff, live shows every week that you can call in. It's like old school calling into TV shows, so definitely check that out. Pentry came, Michael with Pentry Games came over and we got a chance to catch up for a bit. Really amazing person. Play the Game HQ. We bumped into each other a little bit and chatted online. We didn't get a chance to hang out, but definitely going to be doing more stuff with them in the future. They're just incredible content creators. Banter and Boards Besides, we actually stayed in the same hotel and we were TikTok friends, and then we saw each other and were like, whoa, no way, you're at our hotel. So we just got on the last day of the convention, just kicked it for a bit, talked about games and things we were doing. So Banter and Boards, he is a phenomenal videographer, next level. So definitely go check out his channel. He does some cool stuff. Amanda with Empty Nest Board Mama, she's just a delight and brings so much energy and happiness into my spirit when I see her. So definitely got a chance to say hi to her. She was over at the Doomlings booth, which I've got a copy of Doomlings. We'll be doing some more content for them soon as well. So that was great to run into her. Again, I mentioned Curvin with 4Y Games, just a phenomenal person. Definitely go check out 4Y Games on TikTok. Has some really cool content there. Brian with Tangerine Games, got a chance he came by the booth, but he was in another demo, so we got a chance to kind of chat for a little bit. Incredible designer, got some really cool games, Peaks, Nestlings, more coming soon. So brilliant mind, brilliant designer, brilliant game company. Josh with Change My Mind game. We got a chance to laugh and kick it as well. He's got some really cool games. Josh, also another different Josh from Very Special Games, came by the booth. We love them. They're in Memphis. They've got a really great game, Tiny Laser Heist and Abduction, and more party games that are just killer. Recently released Yama, which is a 2-player, a 1v1 kind of game, old school vibe, similar to Snakes of Wrath in that way. So anyway, there's a lot more people that I saw, so many more. But I want to just say thank you to everybody that I got a chance to hang out with and got a chance to talk with. PAX Unplugged was incredible, and I think that it's definitely making, I'm thinking about sacrificing Gen Con and going back to PAX next year because PAX was that good. So in terms of shoes that I got a chance to wear at PAX, I rocked the Reebok Active Light for one day, and it was just a phenomenal shoe. It's the best shoe. I can't recommend it more. It's $35 and your feet feel like they're walking on clouds constantly. So you got to wear it. And then I also wore my Nike Obsidian or Midnight Navy Air Jordans. I swapped those insoles out with an Allbirds insole and wore that for a full day and felt great. So I had to wear that when, I'm repping the nerdy soul. I got to go out and wear the nice kicks for a day. And so even on the concrete, it really performed super, super well. So those are my two shoes that I really kind of flirted between just because I had limited bag space and I had to make some kind of tough choices on what I brought. I didn't bring the Nike Pegasus 41 just because I wanted to really test the insole of the Air Jordan. And so now I can actually recommend switching out those insoles and being able to wear those if you're not on your feet all day like I was sitting down and playing demos. I think you could totally wear some J's and have a good time. Let me know if you got a chance to go to PAX. If you didn't, that's totally fine. What from this list were you interested in? What would you like to see me kind of bring to the channel next? But if you were at PAX, let me know some games that you picked up. Let me know some things that you got a chance to do or demo or play, or people that you met, any content creators, any other game designers you got a chance to meet. Would love to hear more from you in the comments. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up. And like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Let me know, again, what more things you'd like to see from the channel. But until next time, stay nerdy, keep that soul dirty.